Right then, guys, welcome in to the US session. Hope everyone's having a brilliant week. If you're not familiar with the format, what we're going to do today is look at some Bitcoin crypto trading. Fireblade's in the house. What's up, Fireblade? We're in the TRDR console. If you are new, appreciate I've had a few more new people viewing the live sessions, so a little bit of an introduction to kick off the proceedings today. This is the TRDR console, best crypto data in the market. There's no argument there, to be honest. Best crypto data in the market. So as we go through today's proceedings, if you're interested, go grab a free trial from the link below. Okay, guys? If you're in need of further edge and education, go and check out the Academy section, all right? Few things on here. Risk reward, order book overlays by a couple of legends here, CoinCarl and DK. There is some free stuff that you find on my YouTube, but there is also links here. Some stuff from Bennett and some stuff from myself. Okay. If you're really struggling with the recent price action, I hope you're not, because I think it's all been very constructive and really, I don't want to say easy. To be honest, but the order flow has been really good. The data provided in this system has been brilliant, and it's guided us very well for, I'm going to say the last few years, but recent months at the top of this zone really well. Okay, so if you're in need of some further edge, sneaky peek, table of contents, there's shit tons of stuff in here, okay, from the Academy. Stuff that I've never covered in any of the free videos. All the way down to trade examples, setups with risk reward, and we even look at failures, you know, where to cut your trades, stop losses and everything. Okay, guys, so just need to point that out once again, because I don't really believe in alpha decay or anything like that. I feel that more people should use this sort of data to guide them through day trading, scalping, or just investing in general. I mean, even if you just generally invest in spot, you want to buy value and sell high. Sounds easy, doesn't it? But it's not always, unfortunately. All right, guys, so let's jump in. I'll say, I hope everyone's, oh, fuck's sake, Bitcoin, it's dropping again. Right, okay. Let's check some data. What I want to do first of all is, if you joined us live on the Discord on Tuesday, we were at that 65k point just around here. That was our first area of interest. We were looking for wicks below 65k to grab liquidity. We got a cheeky bounce up here. Yesterday, pointed out in the Discord as well that I was looking for a grab up just over 67, where there was some liquidity in top levels. We didn't quite get there. We'll dive a bit more in depth into the order flow and what's happened and where we're possibly going. Little wicks from this already, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, what I want to do as well though is just jump into some higher time frame, top down as we call it. Not analysis, but I just want to put a few things in context of where we are and where we're possibly going, as we are 60 days out from the halving. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to divert quickly from the TRDR console into TradingView, because I've got the charts set up in there. Okay, so bear with me. All right. Nice wick Bitcoin. Cheeky there, sir. Cheeky. We're building some depth here, but this is what we need. Basically, when we were, if you just look at this quickly, this is our aggregated book depth before I just dive in. And we said on Tuesday that, look, this is all okay. This is nice. We're getting some demand. It's starting to come in. We're getting volume dips. But the general overall book depth, no one's really interested. So, you know, is that summer things? And as we see now, we're just starting to catch a bid. True bid, as I always call it. Okay, you can see now you're just hitting some spot ratios and some perps ratios. All right, so before we dive into lower time frames and order flow to give us some true data, like I say, I do just want to divert quickly into TradingView just to have a look at some higher time frame levels, all right? Just some nice, easy levels to put in context. Legacy markets at the moment, Dixie up all week, gold futures consolidating after its massive trend upwards. S&P is up only.com. Looks scary up here, wouldn't bet against it. Coinbase probably coming in for another bid, I would say, sooner or later. Right, what I want to look at is just clean charts. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I just want to draw a little bit of context, like I say. Okay, weekly chart. The weekly 21, if you're not familiar with this, weekly 21, bull market, weekly 21, as we used to call it in the old days. This is your mean, your average for bull market trend, okay? Always has been. Will it remain to be? Well, it was back here at 57k, okay? So I just want to point out where that is now as it comes up here. Currently, call it 61k, yeah? 61k residing now over this previous all-time high area, okay? So are you looking for a resistance to support flip? Maybe we don't get it first time. Maybe you have to dive down a little bit. We'll see. And then you have to break back up, okay? But just wanted to point this out. I think this all looks very constructive. Yes, it's, you know, it can look scary because it's high, but if you give context to, we've just had the BTC halving, supply shock, Mr. Larry Fink is buying all your Bitcoins, Michael Saylor's buying a lot more. Thanks for that, Saylor. You just dumped the price action on us yesterday. Never changes, does it? Yeah, I think this all looks very constructive, to be honest. I still like the look of this, and I don't think things are extremely overheated at the minute. All right, guys, that's the weekly. Daily, because we're going top down. Daily chart, something I wanted to point out, that if anyone's new, I'm sure there's a lot of legends and OGs who are watching this. I hope. Drop in the comments if I'm wrong. But we are 61 days out from the Bitcoin halving now, as we can see here. If you're getting frustrated with this price action, just chill a little bit, okay? If you're scalping, you're probably just happy anyway, because scalpers always are. Aren't they? Scalpers are just in and out all day. Happy chappies. That's not my forte, but good on them. But if you are getting frustrated with this price action, this is pretty standard price action post-halving. The only one that I'll refer back to was the last halving, okay? We were 50, I think it was just over 50 days consolidating, ranging, before we then went absolutely up only, okay? If you want to look back on that, I'm not going to revert back to that now. You're just going to have to take my word for it and fact check me if I'm wrong. Drop it in the comments, all right? So, a little bit of a more elongated one. 61 days now. Okay, so 73.5, probably 74k on some exchanges up here on the daily chart. I think everything looks okay. Bearing in mind your weekly 21 is not that far away now. It's 61k, so it's only down there. It's only another 4 or 5% away. Daily is forming this range. Yep, absolutely fine with how this looks here. Just noticed you could be in for a little cheeky head and shoulders. I've only just noticed that actually. But yeah, that could be nice if you dip and deviate. Nothing to see there, sir. Okay, still looks okay. Coming into the value area low of this overall range from back in March. Okay, daily chart. 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart, as we can see. This is still a range, although it looks pretty ugly and it's a little bit elongated. Okay, yes, I've been reading the dictionary today, elongated. It's still a range at the end of the day, and this 4 hour it's mainly, if you kind of know how I like to trade and the like, it's a 4 hour chart that I always like to look at. I like to, and especially when it's ranging like this, okay? It looks a little bit of a mess, but just bear in mind, down here is your value area low, value area high, and then I'm going to zoom into this section in a second. I like to bid the lows, sell the highs. It's a range, end of. Higher time frames, a trend. Okay, so you still hold some spot. Hopefully spot portfolios are all looking pretty good. But the 4 hour chart like this, sell the highs, hedge your positions at the highs, and then add risk on at the lows. That's how we like to play, you know. Interesting to see we're just coming up to a fib time today. End of the US session, so that'll be interesting to see. Do we get a bid and then get a little reversal here? Just a little fib time here. I don't put an extreme amount of weight on stuff like that. Voodoo crystal ball classic TA that we all love. Always check your order flow, obviously. But yeah, just zooming in a little bit, obviously, we have broken down this 4-hour 700 MA at the minute, but we are just still in the higher time frame range. There is no way to shake it. All right, guys. So coming down some lower levels now, I think we're not quite done yet, although I think volume's looking good, and we basically need some more bid, don't we? We're dribbling down. This was our risk-off area. Okay, if you missed it in the last couple of videos and the last few lives, actually over the last 2 weeks, we were floating up to this high. People were looking for breakouts, fair enough, but we didn't like the open interest up here. We didn't like the supply up here, and we said that we thought there was unfinished business down here at the 65, 66k level. Okay, so this has been our first area of interest, 65, 66k. We've come down here, so grab the meme where they suddenly start to sit up in the chair. This is the area, and I said this on the live on Tuesday, is pay attention now, okay? Pay attention here. Pay attention at the lows. Middle area here, just trending, absolutely fine. So hedge your short position, let it roll. Now coming into time when we pay attention again. I still believe that we can possibly grind this zone out, okay, until the end of June. I think we're going to, grind this area out until the end of June and then maybe get a kick just at the beginning of July. But remains to be seen, timing-wise and everything. I never put too much weight on that. So, with that being said, just while I'm in here, let's have a quick look at ETH and SOL. Then we are going to dive into the order flow because I'm dragging on a bit here. ETH, not too bad actually. I actually quite like this structure, okay? So this was our previous range on ETH. Very, very nice. Bid the lows, absolute mega breakout. ETF approval, scam nation. Okay, lower high here, and then we start to rotate down. Again, ETH had mega open interest in here. On this lower high, quite a bit of chunk of supply as well, okay? And we're coming down now. ETH actually constructively looking a little bit better than Bitcoin. This is your range now. Your value area lows are coming in at that 3.4k area, and it's holding pretty nice, I think it's looking all right. ETH BTC has been in absolute decimation. I'm just going to go to a daily chart for a long while. Okay, ETH BTC absolute decimation for a long while. Constructively, it's now producing this flat range. So again, it's absolutely been down only for as long as I can remember. ETH max is in absolute sheer pain. This is actually constructive. It's almost what you want to see. I'm not saying it's going to overtake. I'm not saying it's a flipping in, but this looks constructive. It's ranging, it's consolidating, it's actually catching a bid in the books as well. We'll go and have a look at that in a second. All right, guys. Soy boy Sol, deviating out of this trend. I'm still not fearful for this. I think it's going to catch a bid soon. I think, I don't know. I think it's going to catch a bid soon, even if it wants to come and slice 121. Okay, big wick onto 121. But then I would be looking for a big reclaim of trend and back up. I don't want any messing about from Sol, to be honest. What I wouldn't want to see is the classic tier retest up here. Trend line and also POC you see here. Okay, so I won't want to see the classic retest and then fail. That would look shit, to be honest. No two ways to go about it. All right, guys, so I just wanted to flip through those high time frames and put a little bit of perspective on horizontal levels. Really is what is my bag. That's kind of my bag, yeah. I know some of you guys are into wave patterns, GAN fans, fucking spiders, dinosaurs, bananas, fairies, whatever. It's all brilliant. I just like horizontal levels. Give me bid, give me ask, give me supply, give me demand, and then we're in business, yeah? So, with that being said, let's jump into the ultimate The ultimate. Oh, nice wick on Bitcoin. Right, so this is just my newer version of the newer template at the minute. Let's go to lower time frame basis and let's check some order flow first and foremost. So Binance spot chart at the minute. We'll run through this fairly quickly because, to be honest, I think we can all kind of see what's happening. We're kind of stair-stepping down at the minute. And all you need to do really is, and again, I don't want to repeat, but this is kind of what we said on Tuesday, was this aggregated bid depth is not quite what we like to see. So we are seeing volume bullish divergences. Open interest is absolutely nuking, so that's really nice, because then if you get some big bid coming in on low open interest, it's very, very then easy to, you know, start filling contracts back up, push the price a lot easier, okay? And what I'm going to show you as well is liquidations are actually getting lower the more we grind down this area, okay? Summary, not quite enough bid. Is it enough to push us from here? No, I don't think so, to be honest. We've had a couple of BTC diamonds, if you're unaware what these are. These are our alert systems based on ratios from spot and from perps, okay? So we've had a couple of those. Nice to see it. It's great, you know? You know, we were saying we want to put a bit of risk on here. We got a little move up, but nothing to see. I wouldn't be trading too much heavy leverage here because I could still see a move down. If you bear in mind now your largest top levels on the spot market are actually down at 60k. Bear in mind your weekly 21 is actually at 61k. It's only 4-5% away to get down there, okay? That could be a weekend grind down. Okay, and then what you're going to get is you're going to get better value, you know? You're just going to get some better value, better risk reward, okay? So don't be angry at the price action here. Submit to it, and it is what it is. Follow the data, okay? Nothing much to see from other exchanges is something I was going to say, really. Bitfinex not really involved. Bitstamp, shockingly shit. Coinbase Pro, nothing to see. Interesting, their biggest top level is also 60k now, okay? So this is the process you go through. So week and a half ago, 2 weeks, we said 72k, supply's too high, open interest too high, there's unfinished business down at 65, 66k. We come down to 60, 65k and we watch the order flow, we watch the data as it happens. We might put a little bit of risk on there. Is it a weak bounce? Yes, it's a weak bounce. Right, okay, we need to rethink this and maybe just watch for a little bit lower, okay? That's the way we play things. So Coinbase Pro, nothing to see here at all. Now, I don't think you're gonna just suddenly get a big wick down here. Okay, it's this kind of stair-stepping, grinding price action, isn't it? All right. Checking a few other exchanges, still on Bitcoin here, just on a 15-minute basis. Gemini Twinsies, they've been selling Bitcoin because they've just given a load to Trump. Well done, boys. Fucking absolute good advertising for the Gemini Twinsies. Kraken have been filling bid. No, absolutely no doubt about it. Kraken have been filling bid. Now, this is spot, bear in mind, okay? I would never put full weight on spot from Kraken. Quite happy that these guys are filling bid, but they might want to fill all the way down a little bit lower as well. And if they're filling spot with bull market for the next 2 years in mind, okay, then they're not going to be bothered about seeing price a little bit lower, are they? I certainly wouldn't be. Qcoin, not interested at all, like we've seen for a while now, which is a shame because when the data from Qcoin is active, it's very good. So maybe set some alerts on Qcoin for double bans or something, spot double bans on Qcoin. I might even just add those in actually on my alert. I'll do it after this stream actually. But yeah, it's a shame because they normally provide good data. Okay, so oh, have I just flicked to another chart? Just let me go back. BTC. There we go. Okay, right, here we go. So the perps chart for Binance, which is kind of king at the minute for us, has been pretty good, to be honest, and it's led you pretty well, especially if you looked at the price action yesterday when I was looking for a little bit of a drive up higher. Reason I was looking for a little bit drive up higher was there was just these little spot levels just floating above 67, and we saw in the OBC there was some liquidity gaps over 67 as well. The trouble is, as soon as we rose up there, we got some spot selling. Coinbase Pro has actually been hitting these lower highs really, really well. Look at this. So they've been guiding you well. But Binance Perps have been guiding you very, very well with their top levels as well. Capping price there yesterday, up midday, saying, no, we're not ready yet. We still want to fill a little bit lower, okay? So when these guys, you know, they've kind of had these static levels down here at this 64, 65 for a while, and then it's just kind of dissipated. We got that nice push up there initially, which was nice to see. I did like to see that. But then they've kind of lost interest, you know. Another bid there, but then you see these levels kind of stair-step down. You don't want to see that. You want to see the opposite to that. You want to see the levels chase price up, okay? You want these levels to be dynamic and then come and sit under price and go, yep, we're happy here. Let's push price up. What you don't want to see is stair-stepping levels down and then an offer capping price above, all right? So warning signs certainly yesterday as I was preparing to watch the boring England game. Absolute sack of shit. I say sack of shit. Standard second game in the Euros, wasn't it? But it's boring to watch. Anyway, enough of that. we'll move on. Yeah, so we just... Summary, bid depth, we need a bit more. All right, guys, let's go look at volume, and then I'm going to show you liquidity and liquidation. So 15-minute volume, you're not seeing too much edge here. The only thing that I can tell you is there's no major selling at the minute. Yes, volume's coming down where people just lose interest and have enough. You know, maybe this is just people coming out of positions, especially in perps, maybe coming out of positions, not necessarily shorting. Okay, they could just be closing positions in anticipation that they maybe get a bid a little bit lower. Reason I say that is open interest is sustaining this low level. So if you're familiar with this when we were at 72k, okay, go back and watch that stream. I'm not going to zoom back to that. What you had is the volume coming down, but open interest sustaining that high level. Okay, so a lot of contracts in the books on both sides, open interest sustaining the high levels. At the minute, open interest is pretty nuked as this comes down. If I just go to a 1 hour basis, what is nice to see, just on a, I could zoom out all I want here, but just on a general basis, we're starting to build these bullish divergences, okay? We have got them now. And look at that, open interest, really, really nice, coming down. Retail chasing the tails a little bit here. Retail chasing the tails, all right? But it doesn't mean to say we're not going to go a little bit lower and still build these divergences, okay? Especially when the bid depth needs a little bit more, okay? Just something of note there. One thing I did want to show you was the liquidations on a slightly higher time frame. So something to see straight away is that the liquidity on a 4-hour chart on the perps basis has really come down nicely. You could almost say it's come back. I'm not going to do classic TA on this, but you could almost say it's kind of coming back to that 1.3 billion level here, where it kind of likes to sit and put a base in. Okay, so that's contracts coming out the books at the minute. Okay, so what we'd like to say is we'd like to say that at the minute on liquidity chart, perps liquidity, books absolutely full. Okay, if you've not watched the liquidity video, go and check it out on the channel, Liquidity King. Books absolutely full of contracts, loads of froth. Bring it back down, okay, that we've seen in this area of price action here and this recent 72k area here. Okay, so 2 billion, 2.5 billion, loads of froth in the market, just coming down to a medium now, all right? Similar with spot. Okay, so spot was very, very fruity up there at 1.5 billion as your basis on spot now. And then what we could say almost on spot liquidity in the order books, yeah, coming down nicely actually, 630, 640 million, okay, looking nice. Open interest coming down nicely. And then what I just wanted to show as well is, and I pointed this out on the last live, is that as you are coming down, If anyone's into kind of playing these liquidation runs, liquidation bounces, you're kind of almost getting and again, I wouldn't necessarily do classic TA on this kind of shit, but your biggest liquidations came at that point there. Okay, so that move was nice for us to see as we're hedging short positions. Then you get a mass liquidation on these drops here, okay? And then as you come down again, you're liquidating less people, okay? So everyone's getting wiped out the market. We see that because the books are getting wiped. There's less contracts in the books, okay? Spot books are getting a little bit nuked. Open interest is coming down. And liquidations are, how would I put it? Getting tamer, okay? So liquidations are getting a little bit tamer as well, okay? So summary of everything there is it's time to pay attention. With it being the summer, I've always said that I think we get a little bit of a trader's summer, and I still believe that. I just think it's coming, not quite yet. For a while, I've been saying towards the end of June, July, I think we get a little bit of action. All right. So summary on Bitcoin. Pay attention. Sit up. Meme. Pay attention. We want to see more demand. And then we could be in for a little bit of business. All right, guys. So what we'll do is we'll go and have a look at Vitalik's coin. Larry buying it up. What's been interesting on this is the order flow is really, really good at the minute. ETH Diamond at 3350. I'll call that. ETH Diamond hedge sell. Okay, there right yesterday. What an absolute beauty. So from ETH being really, really, really boring months and months ago, your order flow is getting really, really good now. All right, so if you're into day trading, have a look at ETH. Does it take over Sol as some people are suggesting? Do we get some ETH narrative? I don't give a shit. But all I can say is the order flow is looking really, really good. Why is that? Because you're getting more participants in the market. So more participants, better order flow, more volume, better order flow. All right, guys. So ETH still needs a bid. It had a good bid there. So if you've got risk on from there, you've got a very, very easy invalidation. And as we looked at the trading view chart earlier, ETH is putting in a slightly better range. Just go and look at a 4 hour. ETH is putting in a slightly better range than BTC, actually. It's actually holding a bit better. Is that because it's got some BTC bid? Let's have a look at BTC, ETH BTC. Well, it did get some good bid back here. ETH BTC got some good bid back there at the 0.05 area, okay? One thing to note is, and you kind of almost don't even need to look at the depth of book now, although it is kind of getting good, is it's starting to, I mean, this is lower time frame, 15-minute basis. It's starting to want to trend up, isn't it? Okay, so just something to keep an eye on, whether you're looking at the order flow or not on ETH BTC against USDT. The ETH BTC chart is ranging on higher time frames, and the lower time frame is starting to just try and trend a little bit. All right, so just keep an eye on that. ETH BTC on other exchanges, Bitfinex just capping it a little bit as they had some absolute stonking mega bid back there. So that was really good to see if anyone's trading this. And then ETH BTC on Bitstamp, they're just selling into it a bit. So possibly a little bit more of an elongated range on ETH. Going to look at ETH perps. So ETH perps order flow, again, really, really nice. Keep an eye out for some of these static levels again. At the minute, it kind of looks like they want to defend this 3,300 area. I think this was a good risk on long, okay, from this ETH Diamond here, and I especially like the way it's bounced so far. Really, really nice from ETH. I'm not sure if there's much edge on the ETH BTC perps chart. Well, certainly if you're getting, I don't know what kind of volume these guys do, to be honest. ETH BTC on perps, not really. It's not mega bucks, is it? But certainly nice to see. If you're familiar with the TRDR console, certainly nice to see these lower bands in control. All right, guys. Right, should we go check some alts, or is everybody capitulated, given up on crypto because it's dead, alts look shit, and you're going back to Forex to trade some pips? Is everyone out the crypto alt market? Or are you dedicated and you see this as value? I see it as value, to be honest. But yeah, okay, let's start with Soy Boy Solana. So grinding just below. This is our, I'm going to call this a deviation for now, but I do want to see a good reaction back up. Okay, so this 130 level on Sol is getting defended at the minute, just wicking into this US session. I'm not expecting massive V-shaped recoveries on anything, to be honest, for the next week or so, but nice to see it still getting some spot bid. Something of note, what you don't want to see if you are trying along these zones, again, pointed this out on the last stream on Discord, you don't want to see, and these are not massive orders, but you don't want to see this. You just see how these, and they're only slight orders, but you see how these offers are kind of walking price down to meet price as the bid is walking down as well, and you see it here. Okay, so the bid is walking price down as the offers are following down as well. You don't want to see that, and that's a spot market as well. You want to see solid bid, you want to see it get filled, or you want to see it defend an area. You want to see them price move away from your entry. Okay, so you've got a nice risk reward, and then you want to see them top levels come in, defend that area, and you want people to chase price up dynamically. You want to see these levels push up dynamically and chase price away from your entry. Swap, have a good one, mate. Everyone go follow Swap on Twitter. Updates very, very often. Have a good weekend, mate. So yeah, easy chart to play. Don't think Sol is quite done yet. Is it going to grind this area out a little bit more? I think these perps traders are a little bit early on Sol, especially there. I think we said on the live on Discord on Tuesday that was thinking these guys are going to get used as liquidity, and look at that. Look what happens here, okay? If you've entered into the TRDR Academy, you know exactly what to do here. These levels got pulled and we just absolutely nuked through them. Liquidity, or if they pull those orders, you need to manage that trade. No major edge from perps on Sol. I would be watching spot markets all around. That goes for kind of most alts at the minute. Very easy to watch and play them as well. Couple of others. Let's go through a couple of others. So AVAX came from really good deep spot demand here. Yeah, it's hitting some alerts here. Don't be an alert trader. Be aware of what the higher time frame markets are doing. Wait for the higher bands to take control. It would have been nice on AVAX if you get them solid top levels to defend price as well. But interesting to see that. Yeah, something I do want to point out as well. I think BTC dominance may take over. I was going to say alts are bouncing quite well. My only issue is, and again, I wouldn't. We actually got BTC dominance order flow here. All right, so I wouldn't ever put a lot of weight on this, but more often than not, historically, what we can see is that over the past week or so, I think dominance dropped a little bit. If you just let me know if I'm wrong, but just go and have a look at a classic trading view chart. What I can see is that I think it might take over again shortly. Just looking at this on the TRDR console, okay, so just be aware that dominance might just kick in and take over again on Bitcoin, okay? So directionally, nothing implied. That's why we watch the order flow. All right, guys. But yeah, AVAX catching some spot bid. Not surprised because everything's nuked. Other things I want to have a look at. If anyone is surviving the meme coins, WIF has started to get some bid again, but it has been decimated. And it's still catching some BTC bid as well. I don't think it's quite ready yet because there's no major levels here, top levels, so there's no major players coming in and saying, yep, order blocks, please, we want to defend this area. But just interesting to see from WIF. Rune has been quite a good one as well. I think Rune is probably going to bounce well when the market does. Okay, I don't think many alts are just going to start absolutely V-shaping and bouncing off their own merit at the minute. With the way that BTC dominance is looking, you want BTC and ETH to stabilize. It's the old school way of thinking, isn't it? Okay, but I would say you want that. I think a lot of alts, if you're interested in any, why is TRB up 17%? What an absolute scam! What an absolute scam! Is this a Binance? A Binance behind this coin? I don't mean behind it, but are they shilling this one? Anyway, what I mean is, I think if you're into certain projects and you're looking to fill some spot, I certainly don't think there's any harm in looking down here on alts. Certainly no harm looking down here on alts. You know, absolute value if you are looking to hold for the foreseeable future. All right, but yeah, a few coins holding okay. I just wanted to check Rune. This is the sort of thing. I mean, Rune's coming back down now, but this is exactly what you want to see. So you want to see a bottom level defended, okay, 3.8, 3.9, and then someone steps in at $4 and says, "I want to defend that area." Ideally, though, when you're looking at alts, this order's been pulled. You want this to hold, okay? So you want this entity almost to come back in here and say, yeah, I want to fill. You want that order to fill or defend that area and then go. All right, guys. So, yeah, not a lot of green on the board today, really, is there? Let's have a look at a couple of green coins that are holding well. If they are holding well, it's probably because they're catching some BTC bid. I've not actually been watching most of the standard alts, to be honest, because I'm just not too interested. As I say, I'd rather just watch the rest of the market stabilize. It's kind of all eyes on BTC and ETH. That's what I would concentrate on. ETH, BTC, and Sol. You probably know that if you've been following me on Twitter, because those are the charts I've been posting. But yeah, certainly some of them are looking quite good. Don't know if Polkadot's that relevant anymore, but sideways, really, sideways price action. Major bid there at 5.5, and it's catching some bid now, so nothing wrong. If you want to fill a little bit of spot back here, looks all right. Right, droppers, any questions if you've got them, TRDR console related, if you're struggling with anything, setup of anything, or just any questions in general with regards to the TRDR console or others, or if there's any alts I need to look at that you've seen that look really good, potential for a good trade today, or any spot bags that you're wanting to fill and you want to have a look at the lows and the spot bid on them, whether you're a subscriber to the console or not, and we can go and have a look at it. What's the lizard coin up to? Illuminati coin XRP. I always like to look at this one. It's got fucking hellfire. It's got really good order flow, actually. Look at this here. What was the risk on that? 1.5% risk. Long. Good half an hour or so to execute in there. For a 10% trade on your portfolio. Thank you very much. And then this top level looks a little bit far away, but you almost had a double top here if you were executing there. Yeah, just within. It might have pushed out, but it got well defended there, and especially if you look at stuff like this on an altcoin in context to what is Bitcoin doing, I can guarantee you if you go and look at Bitcoin at that point, it was probably getting another rotation down. So interesting to see. XRP is getting some activity, and it's actually getting some BTC bid again as well. Is it going to 589 any minute? Does anyone still hold XRP? More of a stable coin nowadays, isn't it? It's been in this 48 to 40 cent to 50 cent range for as long as I can remember, certainly. A few other greens on the board today, though. I can't believe TRB. I don't know what's going on with that. Justin Sun's coin, not so relevant anymore, is it? I don't think. Actually, what's STX doing? Catching some bid. It has had some absolutely decimated price action, but if BTC catches the bid, as always, keep an eye on STX. I think it will look pretty good as well. But yeah, I haven't been watching most of the alts. I do like the fact they're holding a little bit here, though. I do. If BTC gets a cheeky wick down to those kind of 61k areas, and you're also holding and you have interest in buying some spot for the foreseeable future, yeah, now is time, certainly time to start paying attention. Nvidia coin, RDR, let's have a look. Big spot bid down here in that $7 range to 6.8, and then some entity really wants to defend 6.5, but you've just got some smaller order blocks here starting to push price up. So $7 range I'd certainly be looking at for Nvidia's coin. Also I don't know what their partnership is with Apple. But yeah, got featured on the new Apple integration as well, didn't it? So certainly want to keep an eye on. I think it'll certainly do well in the coming years. Other AI coins as well, yeah, looking good, looking constructive. So yeah, not a bit of a slow week, to be honest. You know, grinding down, catching some bid. I think people are probably getting chopped up a lot in here. But as we see from liquidations, as we've seen from the open interest, bullish volume divergences, I think it's now time to pay attention a little bit and grab yourself some value, okay? It's now down to traders' execution, all right? Where's your invalidation? If you're buying spot, do you want to buy a bit here and leave a little bit of room into the 60-61k if we venture down there on a big deviation? Okay, if you're trading leverage, just turn it down a little bit. That's all I'd say, because I don't think the full recipe is done. I was hoping the full recipe would be done at 65. Click below 65 into 64. Yep, looks great. Push up, not quite done. Was expecting grinding price action just here under this monthly open. But here we are. You take what you get, and if the market needs a bid, it needs to go and search it out. All right, guys. So if there's no questions, we'll leave it there, because we've finally got some sun in the UK. Euros are on. Enjoy those. Okay, Netherlands, France later on. I think that's going to be a cracking match. Don't know if Mbappe is back with his clown mask on after breaking his nose. I'm not sure if he's back, actually. Or is he just... If that was back in the 90s, when I used to play football, you'd break your nose and then you'd just carry on. You used to be playing and you'd just bleed all over the pitch and then just carry on. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Missing matches. Anyway, we divulge. Right, keep an eye on the price action. If we do hit anything major, major bid with a deviation, with bull divs, and you know the full recipe formulates, then we'll be in the socials. I'm sure everyone will be shouting about it. I would be patient, very patient, and chill out a little bit for the next week or so, and then I think as we enter July, I think the setups end of June into July, I believe the setups may reveal themselves a little bit more. And if you remember last August, if you're into checking historical price action, last August was when a lot of coins actually kicked off. So they put their bottoms in at the beginning of July, okay? They ground down and up for a little bit. And then if you go look at the likes of Rune, Link, I think TRB was one of them, and there was a couple of other Binance Schiller coins. And it was at that period last summer, they put in their base around that July time, and then it was around August that they actually got their breakouts and went absolutely parabolic. And then it wasn't long after that, probably a few weeks or whatever, that Bitcoin, Sol, ETH started their moves, and I'm sure we all remember Bitcoin's move after last summer, and especially Sol as well. It was an absolute screamer, wasn't it? Okay, so yeah, just be patient. All right, guys, just be patient. I think we're in for. I still think we're in for a good year. Okay, weekly's trending, daily's trending. 4 hours still ranging. Have no fear. I think we're looking all right. Okay, just lower the leverage and sit up and prepare. All right. If you have been struggling with the price action, go and check out the academy. I can't recommend it enough. The team have put in a real lot of effort on the academy, and I think I just think it's going to give you your edge. It's been well put together, a lot of detail in there. It'll certainly give you edge in your market. All right, guys. So look, I hope everyone has a brilliant weekend. Enjoy the Euros, whichever team you are supporting later on. I know which way the TRDR team will be going. And we'll be back next week. We'll do a Discord live on Tuesday. Again, if you missed that one, join us there. It's always good because other people join in and we can get opinions from everybody else. They can share their screens if they want. And then, yeah, timing-wise for the YouTube, it just depends. Obviously, yesterday's price action was pretty steady. Pushed it to today, the YouTube, because obviously I was thinking we might get a little bit of depth, a bit more depth in the book. So it just depends on the volatility and price action, whether we do it the YouTube on the Thursday or the Friday. If we don't do it on the Thursday, I'll do it on the Friday regardless, just for finishing up the week to see what we've got ahead of us and stuff. All right, guys, so look, enjoy the weekend. Hope you've all got some sun. Enjoy the football, and we'll speak soon. Cheers.